podcast, the Down to Earth Network, with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. This episode is about the one and only, and more, Donald Trump. So, recently, tonight or earlier, he's announced that the war is over with Iran. The war is over with Iran, and that they're going to be holding meetings in Europe. First it was Pakistan, and now it's Europe. I don't know why there's no meetings in America, but now it's Europe. So he claims that they're coming to an understanding, but all I'm hearing that there's still attacks going on, still fighting going on in the Middle East between them, right? So the conflict has gotten bigger because other countries in the Middle East, right, that Iran's been hitting, they want to hit back. And the Strait of Hormuz is closed once again because of strikes from America. So this news, I think, what I'm thinking, my opinions, why it's coming out is because of the pressure from the world on America, and because America is realizing, or Trump is realizing, that they're not giving up. He's realizing that the Iranian regime is more stronger than he thought. All his threats for the last couple months has not worked. Um, he came out today saying that the war is finished. He says basically they have nothing. They have hit them a couple of times, but I cannot believe it because before he said they couldn't fight, they had nothing. And for the last month or more, Iran's been responding back to Israel and America. So, what's the deal they have come to agreed with? I want to know. What's the agreement that Iran has, come to the table with to America? Because I don't think they gave up. He's saying the war is over. Do I believe it? No. What's the strategy for saying the war is over? I think part of the strategy, what he's trying to use, is to screw Israel because him and the prime minister or Netanyahu don't like each other. Like they've been going back and forth, or more, Trump's been calling them out. Trump's been calling them out just what, a week ago or so? He cursed them out. So, because of that, now Trump is saying, oh, the war is over, because really he knows it's benefiting more Israel. It's not benefiting America. The war is benefiting Israel. So when he says the war is over, it's to kind of punish Israel because or punish Netanyahu, right? So I know Netanyahu's probably talking. Probably talking a lot. Before he was praising Trump for what he's done, and now he doesn't like how Trump is going on, right? So now Trump is talking, or the administration is talking to the Revolutionary Guard for peace, to end the war. So who won? The Revolutionary Guard. They won. The Supreme Leader won because they're still going to be in there. If they come to this agreement that I guess not using nuclear weapons and stuff, who wins? Does America both win? I guess Trump wins, and the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader people in Iran win because they won't be taken out as the government. So all those people who was praising Trump, the Iranians, this is what I want to find out. I'm interested to find out this. All those people who was praising Trump for attacking Iran in the beginning, are you guys praising him now? Are you guys praising him now? Because he's not doing your fight anymore. He's bowing down to your oppressor. Trump's bowing down to the oppressor. So all those people who are dancing in the streets about a couple months ago that America went over there and they were doing all this bombing and they took out the Revolutionary Guard, you guys should be mad right now. All those dancing in the streets, where is it? You should be angry because he's doing agreements or he's trying to agree with the Revolutionary Guard. He's setting up meetings in Europe. So he says the war is over. Do you believe that? I think the only reason he's saying the war is over because of whatever midterms, and he's seen that there's a whole bunch of Americans who are angry with him, the assassination attempts, and there's terror, probably attacks coming he's not telling anybody about. That's why the ICE is out in New York, right? Recently, they caught basically there's a big thing going on in Canada in regards to terrorists, you know, attacking the U.S. consulate in Toronto in March. And just recently, the news is, and this is coming, even America is talking about it, that a Toronto police officer was killed, right? A Thursday morning was killed by a suspect that is linked to possibly these Iranian Revolutionary Guard because they claimed that some Canadian connection, and I didn't pay attention to this. This was probably a month or more ago, right? That they claimed they had two attacks in Canada connected to them. And this individual who they're searching for, who's wanted, they're saying attacked synagogues in Toronto and attacked the U.S. consulate and is linked to a broad terrorist group which is linked to the Revolutionary Guard. So when Trump says the war is over, it's not over because he's trying to tell you that the military presence is going to be over. That's not going to end these any type of attacks going on, right? Some people, especially in America, they might not care as much because it hasn't hit them or well, it affects the gas and the price is what's going up in your stores. But this is going to affect people because there's some people who are, I guess, they feel they could connect with this revolutionary guard or these terrorists. They feel that they got a connection, and that's what's going on in Canada and America. So if this is going on in Canada, where somebody killed a police officer in Toronto, imagine what's going to happen in America because guns are everywhere in America. You can't carry a gun in Canada freely. Imagine what's going to happen. So when he says the war is finished, all that stuff, he opened the Pandora's box. It's not done. So he's saying it's finished. The war is done. He lies a lot. I can't believe him, anyways. Donald Trump lies a lot. And people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, right? Because this Revolutionary Guard and these people who are connected to whatever group what's doing craziness in Canada and America, they're not finished with America. There's not everybody's gonna listen to the to the supreme leader, right? Who feels America's doing all types of crap in their country or bothering them, right? You remember the September 11th? You remember Al Qaeda? No one talks about Al Qaeda anymore. You remember ISIS? No one talks about them anymore. They're still around, people. They're still around. Remember that. And people, please subscribe. YouTube, don't play with me now. They've been playing with me, people, because I'm giving you guys the real deal. So Donald Trump announced that the war is over. This is to try to make Americans feel good, right? His birthday is probably coming up not too long from now. It's to make Americans feel safe. Oh, the war is over. Meanwhile, when he says all these stuff, these nice stuff to you, there's attacks going on. They're still fighting. They're fighting, right? All of this is because of the anger with Israel's prime minister. That's why he's saying the war is over. Meanwhile, he says the war is over, Israel will be attacking. Trump, what's his name again? Netanyahu came out and says that Iran wanted to use a nuclear weapon or some nukes. Nukes. Where'd they get that from? I thought they don't. I thought they're developing the nuclear weapons. What America's trying to stop. So I know Israel has a nuclear weapon. No one talks about Israel has a nuclear weapon. Let me say that again. No one is talking about that, right? So this war is far from over. Far from over. The Iranians didn't say it's over, people. They didn't say it's over. It's Trump lying again. He's a big liar, so much a liar that the MAGA people stopped supporting him. A lot of them. That's how much he's lying. That a lot of the people who supported him, he's lost a whole bunch of support from them. They're angry at him, some of them. He doesn't have the same support what he once had, right? He doesn't have the same support. He's fooled a lot of you. He fooled 70 million people. 70 million people he fooled. A big percentage of them only voted for him because they didn't like Biden, right? A big percentage of them voted for him because they don't like immigrants. A big percentage of them voted for him because they don't probably like black people. Straight up. They think that he's, against a lot of people. So, is the war over? There's a war in America right now. There's a war in America right now. And like I said, they put out distractions, right? There's a distraction, it's serious, but there's a distraction and it's a racial distraction out now. That guy, Anthony Carmelo, that case, that's an example of a distraction. You know what? Let's keep Americans at board. Let's promote that story. Not saying it's not supposed to be told, but let's push that story. That's an old story. Let's push that story. That will make Americans really concentrate because they love this racism shit. So let make them concentrate about fighting each other. Meanwhile, they fight each other. I do my stuff, and they're not gonna pay attention. I'll just say, yeah, the war is over, man. That's what he's doing. That is a distraction, 100%. There's so much stuff going on right now, and there's so much distractions they're putting out because big shit is hitting the fan, right? A lot of things. So much for a lot of people to take in. It's too much for a lot of people to take in. But yo, if you were American, man, and I think a lot of people are stressed out over Donald Trump's actions. You could tell. People are stressed out over his actions, man. Very stressed. And they say, what could I do? What could I do? Go out and protest, right? Clearly, a lot of Americans don't give a shit about this war. Clear until something happens in the country, like a terror attack. But they got people. They got them with the basketball. They got them with this Anthony, case, this racial case, right? They got them there. Um, they're bringing up slowly the Epstein stuff, but that's not really working too much. Like Bill Gates basically admitted that he was getting kind of, threatened by Epstein because he was having an affair. So what does that should be big? Bill Gates, one of the richest men in the world, is in Congress, and he's talking about his relationship with Epstein and saying that Epstein was trying to kind of s- you know what do you say, extort him in a way, extort him. If you don't do this or whatever for me, right, I'm gonna tell your wife that you cheated on with a couple of my probably prostitutes. So yeah, so there's a lot of these guys who are probably, you know, in that situation, and Donald Trump is one of them, maybe. And he's glad that this guy's gone. No one ever thinks of that, eh? No one ever thinks of that. That's why he wants to concentrate on other stuff. He wants to say this war is over because there's other stuff coming up. It's too much for him to handle. He wants this war to be done. Bless up, OG Kicks. He wants this war to be finished because there's a lot of stuff on his plate right now. And it's so funny of the list of distractions. I think there's at least 10 distractions I could tell you. They had put out, kept putting out, so they could fool people. But this is what I don't like, man. He does think Americans are dumb. And not a lot of Americans ain't dumb. But he says basically a percentage are idiots. That's why he does what he's doing. That's why he could put out AI images of Obama and his wife as monkeys. People will talk about it, might complain about it, but no one's really getting angry about it. Even the black people in America, because some of them hate Obama, right? He's tested a lot of you, right? And nothing, and mark my words, no Americans are not going to do anything about Trump until something really affects them. And it was happening in regards to the ICE, but then he shut that shit down. You know how he shut that down? You want to know how he shut that down? He made sure that the ICE left Minnesota. He made sure that they were gone from Minnesota. Minneapolis. You know who died in Minneapolis or Minnesota? It was two white individuals who died. So after those people died, he made sure he was out of there, because then it would be a revolution, because those people, white people, are angry at him. He don't want white people angry at him. Trust me, he don't want that. So it's because those are Make America Great Again, or the people who a lot of them voted for him. He don't want that. So he switched gears and started a war. And he put America in some deep, deep doo-doo for the next 50 years, or if not more. It's not just what you think it's over. There's still effects from George W. Bush, or whatever this the second Bush. There's still effects. Still effects. He's just woken up these cells. I'm telling you, because and I have to agree with Trump on this though. He always said something about Canada and the borders and stuff. I know he's dealing with South America, but I agree with Trump on this about saying how Canada is soft with their borders, is soft with the immigration. I will agree, right? I will agree with that 100%. Canada is soft on the border. You know why? You know how much terrorists came out of Canada? Like they come to Canada, like in the movies. They always put it, let's go to Canada, because they say they have soft borders or it's easy to go in. So much movies. I can't count how many movies I've seen. Oh, let's go to Canada. Yes, a lot of terrorists have come to Canada as a safe haven, stayed here, and then go to America. That is happening right now, but they're not telling you that. That is happening now. Just recent, they caught somebody in Toronto. Well, linked to a person who's linked to a terror group, they're saying. Now that's coming out. Now that's spilling out. This person there's somebody who's wanted, and there's one what is caught. The one who killed the officer in Toronto is caught. And the one who's wanted was shooting at synagogues, right? And he's the one who shot at the U.S. consulate in Toronto. So now they're linking it to the Revolutionary Guard. So the war is not over. They're linking it to the Revolutionary Guard. That's what they're doing. They're saying it's the Revolutionary Guard. There is a lot of. I don't want to put all Iranians in all together, because there's a lot of good Iranian people. But they're saying it's in Canada. Like this guy who's this leader from the Revolutionary Guard says, "Oh, we already had two attacks out in Canada. What's the two attacks? What is the two attacks? Oh, we're negotiating. But okay, come on now. Tell me this. I want okay, you're talking about negotiating. Are you joking about the negotiating part? I want to know. No, I'm interested. Don't block this man. I want to know what is the negotiations? Because it was you're negotiating with what? Terrorists? Terrorists? Is it terrorists negotiating with who? I was with Trump when he says he's gonna obliterate these people and he's gonna take them out. No mercy. Then I was saying, yes, I was supporting that. I'm not gonna lie. I was saying, hey, okay, he's talking business now. He's not joking around. But then he started to backtrack and say, oh, ceasefire, ceasefire, and ceasefire, and then negotiations. And I'm saying, wait a minute. How did it go from it changed? Like, let's get this straight. First, he said he was going over there because the supreme leader is oppressing the people, and he's because when they're going out to protest, they were unaliving thousands. So he's saying we're going over for that, right? And then it changed to because they closed the Strait of Hormuz. It went now because that now we got to negotiate. They got you now. Now it's negotiation. So you can't believe him. He says he's playing chess, but he's really playing Go Fish. You're probably right. You're probably right. But lens of trumpet, the one who was saying that you're negotiating, don't you feel a way that this man's lied and lied to you? If you're a Trump supporter, don't you feel that he's been not telling the truth? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Support the platform, people, because this man keeps lying, lies, 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 and I guess he doesn't give a damn. But he's lying. He says the war is over. Today he announced, "Oh, the war is over. The war is over." So you think because you take out all these troops, which I don't think is going to happen, you take out all these thousands of troops out of the Middle East, and the war's finished? Oh, he wants to go to Cuba. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Oh, okay, I understand. You want to go to Cuba. Okay, maybe that could be it. If he's serious about taking over Cuba, he's willing to negotiate with terrorists then. If he wants to go to Cuba to take that place over, which he will, that's going to happen before he's finished being a president. If he's living, Cuba's going to be part of America. I'm telling you guys that now. Cuba will be part of America. He already wants Venezuela to be part of America. So Cuba definitely will be part of America by the time he's finished his term. But it's going to be bloody. So, people, are you ready? Especially in America. Like, yo, you guys impeach this man because it's not going to get better. You have to impeach this guy. It's not going to get better. He don't care about America. He cares about himself and his money. That's all he cares about. You see him sleeping in the White House. You see him showing up at the next game sleeping. You see him, he just changed one of the intelligence people, right? He just changed one of those because the other one wasn't working with him. So now you just changed that. But now I'm telling you, terror attacks are coming to America. It's coming. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's coming to America. Like, be ready. Like, I don't want to scare too much people, but be ready. It's happening in Canada. Proof. America's talking about what happened in Canada. Basically a terror attack kind of happened yesterday, and they're talking about it today. Police don't really get killed in Canada like that. Got shot, one shot straight, killed. That suspect, they're not putting his face up on on the television though. I noticed they're putting the black young 19-year-old on who's the runaway who shot at the consulate, the U.S. consulate, and the guy who shot at all the synagogues in Toronto in March. They're not bringing up the other guy who actually unalived the officer. They're linking that to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They're saying the Iranian Revolutionary Guard basically is linked to what happened in Toronto, which is linked to what's going on in America. I feel we had this conversation 10 times, Lord. This war is over, really? I don't think so. I don't think so. Cap for Life, he says the war is over. Do you believe it? The war was not even okay. This is to show you the lies, even not just Trump, the people before him. Do you think, and this is what I'm going to hit people with because people are not taking this in. When the Iraq war was going on, right, or was still going on afterwards, did you think it was over? Do you think it was over from September 11th? And when Obama was the president, did you guys think the Iraq war was over when Obama was the president? Okay. And then when Trump became the president the first time and Biden, did you guys think the Iraq war was over? No. They took out soldiers. You know what they said at the beginning of the Iran war? You know why this war is going on? It's always been going on, just undercover, right? Now they came to another level. Let me tell you what happened. Before this war, the beginning of this war, they were saying that when America was in Iraq, that the Iranians was always attacking Americans. They were hitting missiles into Iraq and doing all types of stuff, operations. So that wasn't promoted online. That wasn't talked about. You have to search for that. So meanwhile, we think it just started in what the end of February. Iran been fighting America for years, from 1979. From 1979 all the way up until now, they've been fighting. It's just been a secret war, more quiet. And when they went to all those years in Iraq, they were fighting the Revolutionary Guard, the supreme leader. They were supplying their people in Iraq. So now it comes to this, where people think, oh, yeah, it's over, the war. Don't believe the hype, man. What's next? I'm saying it. I'm sorry. It's the facts. Be careful. Um, it looks like so far, whatever the FBI is doing a good job, or the CIA is doing something right. So far, or we're not hearing about the stories, but the terrorists are in America. Iran is in America. You know what I noticed too? All those Lego AI things about Trump, that's finished. You don't see, I don't hear none of those rap AI videos out anymore. Why? That's funny, man. I was laughing at some of them. I don't see any of those getting posted. Hardly. Look up Wesley Clark. He's a former general who knew about the Iran invasion back when Bush Jr. was a president. Look it up. You will freak out. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, Cap for Life, because I've found out near the beginning of this war, which I should still not be surprised, that Iran was sending weapons over to Iraq to kill American soldiers. And they did. So, meanwhile, Americans are sitting back thinking that, oh, they didn't really do nothing to us. They were. They were doing it for years in Iraq. A lot of those soldiers who died wasn't Iraq, it wasn't Saddam's people who was fighting. It wasn't Saddam's people who was fighting. It was the a half an hour in, they knocked me out because they don't want you guys to listen to this. Damn, am I that a threat? I don't see this happening to nobody else. I don't see no. Listen, they probably hacked my shit. You guys hacked my shit. I know that, man. These guys are hacking me, man. These guys are doing what's it called again? Enemy of the state of your host, man. These people are hacking, man. Man, I'm scaring them too much. I'm probably gonna get a visit from somebody soon. Shit, definitely gonna get a visit from them. Whew. But yeah, he says the war is over. Man, I don't know what words I'm saying for you guys to knock out the life and what you scared of. But people, I'm telling you right now, it's terrorist time, man. It's terror time. And FIFA is going on. And I got to be careful what I'm saying. Obviously, I'm not even cursing. I could come on here and if I was like some of these other platforms and do uh, s- some cursing and doing all types of stuff, and I'll be no problem. He ain't knocking me out. Let me talk about hip hop. Let me smoke a spliff on here. Let me start smoking some weed, and then it will be good perfectly. And trust me, if I do that, it'll be all right. But hey, Michael Moore, that's you. You probably have a problem, man. You come out of the closet. Now, guess what? You know I have the power to knock you out, and you don't exist. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Michael Murray, go suck your mother, if you know what that means. Any truth means alive is a subject to go out. Yeah, now I'm seeing we're living in a different age, people. I'm giving you information which this man has exposed himself, Mr. Donald Trump. And every time I talk about certain things, it's sensitive. I know that they watch everybody, but when I'm exposing it, they don't want that. Long time, much respect, Jake. Jake, yeah, man, I'm talking about the truth. You know what? For the last, I should say, 2 months, they've been watching me. They've been playing with my lives. They've been coming in. I actually caught them spying on me. Now I got my moderator in here, OG Kicks. He has witnessed it. He's witnessed it. I got a witness, and there's a couple others. He's witnessed what them playing. They're playing, man. So, like I said, when people think that they're not watching you, they are watching you. 100%. They're watching anybody who's influential to give you the information. They are. We have been hearing that a lot, but I have good confidence in Trump as a leader. You do? But tell me, okay, let's have an intelligent conversation. Do you believe he's telling you the truth about this ending the war? Do you actually believe that? If you are a Trump supporter and a smart one, right, you could still support the man, but not support everything what he does. Do you believe right now that the war is finished? He's saying it's over. And this is what's wrong with the whole situation. I would believe it's over if he took out the Revolutionary Guard and if he took out the Supreme Leader. Then I'm going to say, yeah, it's over. But why are you negotiating with terrorists? Because they are terrorists. It's kind of shaky. And Europe is guilty too of this because I'm hearing Europe doesn't consider the Revolutionary Guard or the Supreme Leader people terrorists. So now Trump's agreeing with Europe after he's been disrespecting Europe. It doesn't make no sense. Make it make sense. He's been dissing Europe. Now he's having meetings over there. Well, who else? Oh God, I never liked her. Kamala. He is the man for the job. Yeah, he could be the man for the job, but he's lying. Yeah, no one said he can't be the man for the job, but he's lying about this situation. He could do. I agree with him with the ICE. I agree with him what he's been doing with the ICE. I warned people, but I don't agree with him agreeing with the Revolutionary Guard. Tell me if you agree for him to make peace with terrorists. That's my question to you. Do you agree with Trump making agreements with the terrorists? That's what I want to know. Let me know, brother. Do you agree with him sitting them down and talking with them? It doesn't make sense. Anybody with common sense knows that it's written in, I guess, in law that America does not negotiate with terrorists. The Revolutionary Guard and the supreme leader. America been saying that way before Trump. Way before Trump. They've been talking about these guys. From 1979, they've been saying the Revolutionary Guard and the supreme leader are terrorists. So how are you I don't know if you followed the war. I followed every bit from the beginning. And what he said, right? And don't cut me off, YouTube. What he said, he's going to Iran for the people. He's going to free the people from the oppression of the Revolutionary Guard and the supreme leader. That's what he said. Let me repeat what he said again. He's going there for the people. Now it turned to the oil. And now it turned to let's negotiate. It went from obliteration of the Revolutionary Guard and scumbags to now, okay, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. I can't believe everybody who supports Trump is dumb. No, I refuse to believe everybody who supports Trump is a dumb idiot. Because if you have sense, you know he's talking bullshit. It's all right to admit even people you support is talking bull crap. Right? There's many people I have support and I say they're talking bull crap. Now, what I believe what I support Trump in doing is getting rid of the illegals out of the country. I support that. He wasn't talking no crap about that. He really went and got the ICE to kick people out who is illegal. But he lied about the Iran stuff. Right? Let's admit that. He lied about Iran. He lied about it over and over again. Ceasefire, ceasefire, giving these guys chances. You're giving, ceasefire. Oh, let's do. It's all because of money and oil. I was thinking, damn man, I want to see America blast these guys. Well, he claims he's blasting them. I said I want to see America obliterate, like how he was saying. I want to see America, the military, obliterate the Revolutionary Guard, take them out fully. Don't have them. They shouldn't be running no government. He's saying how they want to put. Trump was saying we should put a new government in there. Now you're going to keep the same government in who've been killing off thousands of other people. Make it make sense. The people were dancing in the streets when they thought that Trump was going to take out the Revolutionary Guard and the Supreme Leader. Now, what do you think they're doing now? They're probably saying, "Damn, this guy lied to us, man. He's not. He don't give a shit about us." I want to hear about some Iranians right now what they feel about Trump. That will be interesting. I want to know. I would love to hear from somebody from Iran who was supporting Trump how they feel about him now because he don't give a damn about any of you guys. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can, people. They've been doing the filtration, man. Like I said, I talked about a story, what's going on in Canada, what's linked to the Revolutionary Guard, and linked to what's going on in America. The individual done an attack on the U.S. consulate because of Iran, the Iran war. Let me say it again. An individual from Toronto, Canada, attacked the U.S. consulate March 10th, gunfire, because they don't like what Trump is doing in Iran. Recently, the police from Toronto done an investigation and went to a place in West Toronto, and the police died, got killed. The person actually shot at the police officer, one shot, end his life. That person is arrested, but the other individual who was in the apartment is loose. The person who was doing all the shooting is loose somewhere in the city. I don't know if he's in America. We don't know if he could have left the country. We don't know where this guy is. And if he's in Canada still, damn shit, this man might do something else, right? Bless up, people. What you saying? Now, when you want an intelligent conversation, you can't curse on YouTube. First of all, you can't have no. Maybe Instagram you could do. I could see on Instagram someone that must have pissed off, replying to something. Just to show you now, it's not nowhere's perfect. No. This story, what I'm talking about in Canada, is getting slowly viral in America. I seen actually it's slowly getting viral in America now. It's people are talking about it because I did not know myself. See, this is certain stories they put under they kind of block it out. I remember hearing about synagogues getting shot up in Toronto, right? And I didn't really pay, I thought it was maybe some kids doing it or stuff like that. But it's the same individual who went to the U.S. consulate and shot that up. And now today we're hearing about it came back up. If this police officer didn't get shot, we wouldn't hear about it. It would have been quiet. CSIS would have kept it quiet. They're like the CIA of Canada. They would have kept it quiet, right? If the officer didn't die. But he died, and now we're hearing there's a group, this leader, some terror leader linked to the Revolutionary Guard, who I remember too the news story, and it didn't go viral. The guy put out that we were responsible for two attacks in Canada. Let me say it again. A guy from the Revolutionary Guard claimed that he said we were responsible for the two attacks in Canada. And the attacks did happen recently. Why, when the weather warms up, the crazy people come out? Yeah, it does. It does. It's true. Everywhere. Yes. When the warm weather happens, the crazy, it's more dangerous than winter. Sorry, it is. It's true. Now, you're going to see a lot of stuff happening, right? Um, it's so disrespectful, disrespectful to everybody, to the world, with all these distractions they have put out for us. Don't you just realize how much stuff they have shoved down your throat in the last month or two? Alien disclosure files telling you aliens are amongst us. A great, great weapon to distract people because a lot of people like that shit. They put out, oh, aliens are amongst us. Oh, this and that, the files. That was more important than anything else, I swear. And then what else did they put out before that? What else distracted? There's a couple, man. It's hard to track all of them. Iran won, yeah. Don Jackson, you're right. Iran did win. They won because you're negotiating with them. They won. He said the war is over. He didn't claim victory, Trump. What victory have you gotten if the same guys are still in charge? What victory have you gotten? But I think he doesn't give a damn, Trump. He don't care because really he knows Trump's not dumb fully. I hate when people say, "Oh, this guy's dumb." No, he's not. He's not. He's an actor. He's doing this because he realized if it's true what he's saying, the war is over. In his head, he realized that it was benefiting Israel, and him and Netanyahu don't. They're not. They're not really there anymore. So he's saying, "Hey, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. This is helping you. So I'd rather just take out my soldiers or whatever, go back to Venezuela. I already got Venezuela, right? You guys are too, you guys ain't giving up. Pfft, frig this shit. Let's just negotiate, make the strait open up. Let's do business again. I'm finished with you guys. Finish. Let me go back to America, deal with Venezuela and Cuba. That's what he wants. That's what he's saying. Let me deal with Venezuela and Cuba. That's what's coming. He's not finished with any war. He got 3 more years. So, okay, let's just say, because he says the war is over, right? This is a question even to the MAGA people. I hope you're still here, right? This is a question. Just say he says the war is over and he's finished with Iran and he's not going to be doing any more, bringing the military back into Iran. Just say that's over now. And what do you think is going to happen in America? What do you think his campaign will be if he was to just fully, just say he comes out of the war? Let's put it that way. Yeah, the war is over. What is his next campaign do you really think he's going to do? Do you think he's just going to chill? Is he going to be helping America? Do you think he's going to help you guys with the prices? Like he wants to bring back the oil back down because it's so high? Do you think he's going to help the poor in America? Is he going to help the health care in America? What is he going to do? Do you think that's what he's going to do? Go around doing good things all over America? If he's gone from Iran, which I doubt that's going to happen, but just say if that does happen, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think it's just going to be peachy, nice all over America? No. You know what he's going to do? He already has it. He already has it in plan. It's already going on, people. Guess what it is? And it's crazy how he distracts you guys. Holy shit. You know what he got planned? You know what? You want to know what he got planned? I wonder if you guys guess what he got planned. He got the ice. They just got a whole shitload of more money recently. He got the ice ready for your ass. And people think it's just for immigrants. No. It's for all of your asses. Anybody who talks about him and other things, he's coming for your ass. The people who was trying to assassinate him, none of them is from Iran. None of them is from no other place. They're American. So a lot of them who tried to go after him are American. Drill it through your, man, I want to curse, your head. Drill it. It's American. It wasn't no Iranian. So guess what? The ICE is out there for. They're for those type of people. Tons of them are around. Tons of them. And he says they're Democrats. Are Democrat influenced. So any Democrat type of organization or whatever, he's going to target them. He has targeted already certain politicians. He wants to lock up some politicians. So his concentration will be America, controlling it the way he feels, which he's already doing in a way already. But he has Iran. He got what's going on in Venezuela? What happened to the president there? Is he the distraction? What happened to Maduro? He took Maduro and the wife, drove them through New York, and he never heard about them again. What happened? This is a show, man. I don't want to disrespect everybody in America, but is a lot of people dumb in certain states because you're not questioning that? Like, the guy kidnapped the president of Venezuela and the wife, and you don't even hear about them. No trial, no nothing. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I'm saying if this war is over, as he claims, right? You know why you don't hear about them? Because when he's finished being the president, they're going to be released back to South America. Like how he locked up some president, I forgot which country it is, in South America for drugs or dealing with the cartels, and he pardoned him, and this guy went right back to South America, free. Yeah, Trump pardoned I forgot which country, and he was involved with cartels and drugs, a whole bunch of stuff, and he pardoned him. So what do you think is going to happen to Maduro and his wife? Maybe they're not even in America. Maybe they're right now they're in South America, and we don't know, right? Do you even know who's the president of Venezuela after they took over that shit? Do you know who's the president? America controls that. Trump controls that country. Remember what I said. Trump controls that. And Cuba he's going to. So maybe he wants to end the war. Maybe the war will be over, kind of. Maybe the war will be over, like I said, kind of. But if America leaves, this is why he's thinking. He's itching. He's like, should we leave or because guess what will happen? Israel will have its day time with Iran. That's what I believe will happen. Anyhow, America was to leave fully, which I don't believe that's going to happen. But just say they were to leave fully. What do you think's going to happen between Iran and Israel now? Now that all of this shit been digged up, it's going to be peaceful? No. Iran is going to hit the hell out of Israel, and Israel's going to respond. Remember, Israel has a nuclear weapon. You guys don't know? Okay. So war is going to be over. He claims they're going to Europe to do negotiations very soon. Um, he's basically making it look like these guys bow down to him. I guarantee within by tomorrow, you're going to hear them saying, what is this guy talking about? He said tonight, as I'm talking right now, he said tonight they're going to get the hard hit. Tonight, he said they're going to get hit hard. Hit hard. So there might be breaking news right now. Or maybe he's lying. But maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's Friday. He's going to be hitting them with it hard. He says he's hitting them with it hard. And then you're saying the war is over. So if you're hitting them with it hard, well, how hard are you hitting them with to make this war over? See, Trump talks sometimes too much because he said today that we're going to hit them the hardest. And then he talked about the war being over. So when he says hitting them hard, are you going to hit the nuclear facilities? Are you finally going to make the American military hit the nuclear facilities? And that's another thing. They haven't hit the main nuclear facility. What was the island called? Karg. You guys remember that? Are you guys forgetting that? What happened with Karg Island? The big island with the nuclear plants. What happened with that? How come we don't hear about that anymore? You don't hear about him talking about that island where they were going to go to. All those Marines were leaving where was it, Germany or Japan? They were leaving for weeks and stuff and going. What happened with the Karg Island? He ain't they ain't bombed that. That's where the main nuclear plant is. They ain't bombed that. Guess what? They don't need to bomb them. I was telling you guys over. That's why he says the war is over. Maybe he came to his senses, Donald Trump, and realized they don't need to bomb any nuclear plants because they have a button. They have software, if you want to call it, technology that they could just press this button or program and destroy their nuclear plants from America. They don't need to go fly anything and blow up anything on top or underground. That's a big, 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 big lie they've been telling people. And I'm going to tell you people to look up stocks, which hopefully you don't knock me out, YouTube. Look this up, people. Stuxnet. Look up Stuxnet. Obama, when he was in power, when he was dealing with the Iranians, right? And this is a sensitive, I guess, name, Stuxnet. YouTube, don't shut me out. You guys look this up, Stuxnet, and you'll be shocked. Mr. Obama and the administration, they set out a cyber attack on the Iranian regime, and they put out some type of, I don't know if it's a virus or a cyber attack in their systems. It destroyed their nuclear facility or their programs. It destroyed them completely. It took years, or still they're still recovering, for them to do any nuclear program. So what is Trump and the administration telling the world and the American people when they could just press a damn button from America and destroy their nuclear plants? What is the big what are they doing? I'm giving you information they don't like, right? Look up, people, again, STUX net. People, please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. Please subscribe. I got a lot of content. I got a lot of information you guys don't know I'm ready to give you. Some more stuff. I'll go into even my old books about certain things what will shock you, right? But I'm telling you, they don't need America. Doesn't need to go anywhere and bomb anywhere. They could stay right at home and be like this, and just they could see everything with all the satellites in space. Who controls the satellites controls the world. Stop this shit. They're brainwashing people. That's why you could say the war is over. Like America's the most powerful country in the world, with Canada too. That's a secret, but I just told you guys. But I'm saying America is the most powerful country in the world. China can't do nothing to America. Russia, maybe a little bit. They could do something a little bit. But China can't do nothing. All these countries can't do nothing. North Korea can't do nothing to America. None of these countries can do anything. Some of them are really together too. It's called the NWO. That's another subject. It's called the New World Order, really, right? But no one is doing anything to America, the most powerful country in the world. Nobody. They could press a button and blow any person up. So all this, scaring people and stuff, it's not gonna happen. No nuclear weapon is coming to America. No one's gonna bomb America. No one could come close to America. The only way they could attack America is internally. The only way people could destroy America is coming there and doing terror attacks. That's the only way they could bring their so called soldiers into America. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Support the platform. Yes, the only way they could attack America is going there as what they call cells. And it's happening right now. I'm not just talking, it's happening right now. It's starting to come up out of there, right? America, you're going to see on the news. Remember what I told you? It's still Thursday, going to Friday. From now, when you go on the news, you're going to hear about this thing, what's going on in Toronto. And the viewers who are on here, remember what I'm saying. You're going to hear about something, what is going on in Toronto, what's linked to the Revolutionary Guard. There's been attacks in Toronto, and they never told us who it was until now. I'm talking about Toronto, Canada. They never said anything what it was. They made it just look like it was just some random attacks, but it's linked to the Revolutionary Guard. The Revolutionary Guard been in America. The people who are loyal to them. They done a roundup just like 2 months ago or 3 months ago of a whole bunch of high officials or people who are linked to the Revolutionary Guard. And I wouldn't be surprised they're in Canada because there's a big population. And I'm not saying all of the Iranians, they're part of it, but there's a big population of Iranians in Toronto. So there's probably some people who are loyal to the Revolutionary Guard and don't like what's going on, right? That's why synagogues were attacked, and that's why a police officer had been unalived recently. It's linked to some extremist guy who represents the Revolutionary Guard. So the war will not be over just because you see soldiers come back or they say they're taking out soldiers out of the Middle East. The war will not end there. What's going to end up happening, you're going to see it on American soil, Canadian soil, UK soil, whoever's involved. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see whoever's involved, you're going to see attacks. Remember, I think people are forgetting because that's why I think a lot of Americans, especially Americans, feel comfortable. Remember, UK was getting attacks. UK, United Kingdom, been getting attacks for years. Let me say it again. United Kingdom, been getting attacks for years, but you didn't pay attention because a lot of Americans are in their own world. Not everybody, but in their own world, right? And Russia, right, been getting terrorist attacks all through the 90s, up into the 2000s, in their cities, modern cities. This ain't Middle East. Russia's been getting attacks all through their cities. I remember watching the news saying, what? Subways getting bombed and all types of buildings up in Russia by terrorists. UK, Terrorists been doing stuff strongly down there. Now Canada, Haven, a whole bunch of them for years been leaving from Canada going to America. That is the war. You remember the cells after 9/11? They said there's cells all over the place, and you didn't hear about the cells. You remember that? Remember, you don't know how a cell works. They don't have to attack just because the situation is going on now. They waited for years and years and years for something to happen. And maybe this is the time. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. So right now, I could put money on it. With Trump, he's and the administration and the FBI and all those the parties, they have done a good job on social media. I give them that. They have done a good job on brainwashing and distraction, distraction, distracting tons of Americans. They have done a good job, a big job. But what they're trying to fight is something happening that will make Americans scared, so scared that they will start to protest. And that's why he's saying the war is over. The war over. Holy man. You see the pic? This is what he's really doing. This is what he's really doing. Like his people. This is what they're really doing. Sitting, they want to sit around the table and negotiate with these guys, and then you're gonna claim victory after to negotiate. Right now, a lot of the MAGA people should be. Now I see why you're quiet. Because if you have common sense, you're saying this guy is a damn fool, man. I can't support. I seen some people say they supported Trump and changed on here. I seen people come up in the chat said, "Hey, I used to support this guy, but damn, he's doing some. He's changing up too much stuff." MAGA is not supposed to be for the world. MAGA is supposed to be Make America Great Again. Now, to me, it's making America hate again. So making America hate again, not great again, hate again. It's making America hate again. And you know what they put out there recently? Do you know what they put out there recently? They put out a hate campaign talking about this guy this black youth, I guess young man, Carmelo. I wasn't following it really too much. But that's another thing. This story came out and went under like it just disappeared, but now it's the biggest story. The Carmelo and this he killed or unalived another person around his age. I guess they say he was bullied and he unalived this white Caucasian young man. And now you're seeing a lot of the usual, which you see on social media, the black and the white and the black and the white and the black and the white stuff. So that's a perfect distraction. Trump and MAGA, Johnny Robinson, do you support the MAGA or is there a MAGA anymore? Is there a MAGA? Is there? Or is it split? Is there support for it? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. It ain't looking too good, man. Ain't looking too good. He was supposed to have a UFC event at the White House lawn, and that's canceled. That is canceled, people. No UFC event at the White House lawn that Trump wanted to do. That's gone. So, Sleepy Trump, I call him that now. Sleepy Trump, actually. I'm not calling him Donald Trump now. That's his new nickname for me. Sleepy Trump now is doing all types of stuff now. Like, he likes to move a lot. That's why he's sleeping. He's been doing a lot of work for an 80-year-old. He's been doing a lot of work for an 80-year-old. That's why you see him sleeping in the White House and sleeping at the Knicks game. And I told you, like, it was close the other night that he kind of put bad luck on that first home Knick game. He put bad luck on them and they lost that. The game three, or is it game three? Yeah. No, game four. No, it's game three. They won. Barely won. Right? Plenty still support him. Sadly, plenty still support him. They only support him because of the hate, man. But the ones who support him, they're quiet now. They feel stupid. If they have any sense in their head, they feel dumb because this guy lied to them. And he lied to the American people. Like, I don't know if people don't listen to how he talks and what he says, but he's lied over and over and over and over. He lied in the past, but he lied especially about this war, that he was going there for the people. And then when they shut off that Strait of Hormuz, which is very vital for trade and the oil and stuff, it became more of an economic, like I was saying a long time ago, it's really an economic war. This whole thing is not because of nuclear weapons. It's not because the people are being oppressed in Iran. It's only for economics, money. He wanted to take over Iran because he got thirsty from Venezuela. He's seeing how easy it was to go into Venezuela, take out the government, and he thinks he could do that with Iran. He wanted to do that because Obama and the past administrations haven't showed any muscle in there, right? Hillary Clinton, she wanted to do a no-fly zone. That's all she was going to do, a no-fly zone, meaning they couldn't fly certain places. Woo, that's what she wanted to do. But this man, and I had to give him it, but I seen it coming after he got shut down in the Supreme Court about his tariffs. I remember that day. I said, damn. I said, you see that? He's angry. What is he going to do? I said, you know what this guy's going to do? Because they shut down his economic war, he's going to start a physical war. Soon, I remember that day he was angry. He had his meeting or whatever, talking to the people. You could see, oh, he was so pissed. And then he said, I'm putting 10% on them and 15% tariffs. And then, not too long after that, attack, attack, right? So, it's an economic war. He doesn't give a shit about the people in Iran. He doesn't care about any saving anybody. That's why he's negotiating. That's all he's doing. He's saying he's negotiating. You guys believe him when he's saying he's negotiating? Like I said, Mr. Spies, because I'm going to talk to the spies. And I know you probably spy on other people. You can't stop the truth, right? People like me is going to expose. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I'm talking to the spy right now. And I hope you're watching. I know you're watching. You can't stop the truth. You can't stop me. And this will be on other platforms. Oh, Lee. What next you gonna try? You knock out the live earlier when I first started because I'm talking about the war, because I'm talking about the Trump. I'm talking to you. They're in there, right? I'm talking to you, right? Behind the screen, who's watching? Because the certain words what I say earlier, I seen it, and you know what they do? I'll tell you what they do, and you guys watch the other episodes after, right? I'm gonna show you guys something. You know what these guys do on here on this YouTube or whatever platform when you're giving them the truth? Just watch some episodes I've done. These guys will make my mouth move. Like, you ever watch those Chinese movies, the karate movies, when it's like another language and shit? I mean, they're talking, but it's English, but their mouth is moving. They played Perfect Evidence. They've done that to me a whole bunch of times. I don't know what they're doing or what technology, what they're trying to do or what, but they have done it. You can't stop it, man. You can't stop it because guess what? I'm number one, and I'm gonna come on here with my cast soon. We're gonna have a couple episodes, probably on the weekend, hopefully. All right? Um, you can't stop it. You can't stop it, man. You can't stop it on all digital platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the works, right? And we're the number one podcast, conspiracy podcast in Canada. Number one and growing, right? YouTube just came out with YouTube messaging. They're going to use the data against everyone. Yeah, I seen something. I seen something recently where he said YouTube just came out with YouTube messaging. I seen something change recently with my last episode. It was kind of funny. He said Google something underneath. Yes, I'm not surprised. AI is getting more stronger, right? So it says that they're going to use that data against everyone. I'm not surprised. I've just heard about certain things. See, I seen it jump. You see? Caught you. I caught you, YouTube. I got you. I got you, YouTube. I see what you're doing. Okay. So guess what? I've heard about this thing in Canada and I know it's in America. And this shit is scary. It is scary. It makes me want to get rid of my phone. It makes me not even want to be, but I'm not a criminal, so I'm not worried really, but it could apply to other people. This thing I've heard about called ODIT. ODIT. Look it up. ODIT. So what they can do is the police, man, they're giving, it's almost like this is Russia or wherever. The police now could access your phone, everything on your phone, right? Like spying on your shit, especially if you have a record. Basically, to me, it's basically saying like this. This is how I'm going to put it. It probably applies to other people, but this is how I'm going to put it. A easier term. Like, if you are a felon and you're a career criminal and you have a phone, right? And you keep going back to prison or you keep committing crimes or something like that, basically they're going to be you're watched. Basically, like they have the right to watch everything you do. So if you are a person who had been to prison, been locked up, and you have a record and you have a phone device and you use a phone, they're basically watching you, right? And that now that applies probably to even the other population, but they can't say that though. But when I read that thing on the ODIT, scary shit. And I guarantee they have that. Actually, they already have that with the TikTok. They just done it a nice, fancy way to watch you through TikTok. That's why I don't like that TikTok shit. I think ever since man, every everything's not they're watching us all. Just be straight up. Just be straight up. I shouldn't. They're watching everybody. They're watching everybody. Unless you don't have a phone or you don't use the internet. I know some people like that. You don't use the internet. You don't have a phone. You don't watch like no entertainment. You're out. You're either, but that's pretty hard because if you want to work, if you gotta have a phone, right? If you drive, you gotta have a phone to do a lot of things in this time, especially in America, Canada, England, a lot of the world. You need a phone. You don't have to be on social media, but you still need a phone. And a lot of people have data. But if you don't have a phone, you don't use the internet, you're basically like a ghost. How much people you know like that? It's only homeless people, right? The only people who are, you would say, not in the system are homeless people. No phone, they're not using internet, they don't even know what's on television or anything. They're just surviving out there in the streets. Those people, if they were to, some of them clean themselves up and their brain, they could operate and they don't go on the internet really, like I mean, have any platforms that they signed up for. They might go on to it, but they're not signed up for it. They might, maybe they don't use a phone, or if they use a phone, they limit what they use on that phone. Those people become a threat. Those people are a threat. I know some people care Trump is a fool. Oh yes, Richard. Yes, I don't care. Trump is a fool. I thought you were saying Trump is God. Like a whole bunch of people been saying. I've been saying Trump is God. Trump is king. I've been hearing that for ever since this war started. Trump is God. Trump is king. That's what I've been hearing. Somebody over here was in the chat was praising Trump, right? Trump is a fool. Richard just said that. You're lucky there. Well, I'm not saying you're lucky, but there's a couple people who disagree with you and they think he's God right now. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are you saying, people? What are you saying? You know the funny thing? This is to show you that you're spying. It's going all right now, the stream. But in the beginning, I think about 30 minutes in, they knocked me out. It's like they want to see where I'm at. Where's this guy at? I could tell you because I have the green screen going on, right? So I think I know their strategy now. I know the strategy right now. So what they do is, and you guys can't see it because when I go play back the stream, it doesn't show that, right? They'll knock it out. Meanwhile, you guys are watching, and then he'll show where I'm at, and then it comes back when I resume it. You see this, but it really shows where I'm at when they knock it out. So it's like they're saying, "Let's see where this guy is broadcasting from. Let's see where he's broadcasting from." Or live from. Let's check where he's at, right? And I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. Sometimes I'm at a different location, and sometimes I'm in a different location. So that's what they're doing. They want to know where I'm at. But when I'm at my headquarters, it doesn't happen. Let me say it again. When I'm at my headquarters, it throws them off. Yeah, because there's one episode I was doing with my dad, right? Talking about this war, which we know it's not going to be over. And I didn't plan it, but I was talking about like I'm talking now. That shit, that live went crazy. That one, 9,000 viewers, right? But because this is how it kind of makes the job hard for them. That's why they want to do all this tracking shit, especially every time you use TikTok, for example. I was in a different location, far away from my location now, using a different IP. So it's like, damn, where's this guy now? He's somewhere else. We never seen him in this location before. Shit. And he ain't using any green screen. Damn, where is he? Yeah, got you, YouTube. Got you, whoever's spying. Tons of spies, man. And I'm surprised I didn't promote, which I'm gonna push it now. Hey, spy, I'm gonna push the one what I have with you guys. listening and I caught your voices. I have the one with the you guys talking. Yeah, on YouTube. I have it. You guys talking. Oh yeah, and I could even edit that even more to because I know sound to bring it up next time when I go over to my other headquarters for the spies. If you don't stop it, I'm going to turn that up because my pops knows about we know about sound. I'm gonna turn that up and I'm gonna analyze more what you guys were saying, right? And then I'm gonna reproduce it, put it on here, and make you guys hear what you're saying because they were spying. Ah, I caught you, man. Even the so-called government or whoever they are, they're not that smart. They're not that smart. They got technologies working against them. This AI shit has made actually the system more weak because any Tom, Dick, and Harry could almost use AI right now. But like I said, the war, what you think is over, he, he claims it's over. It's not going to be over. He's trying to make people very comfortable. Now, I'm going to tell you how this algorithm works on YouTube. You guys want me to tell you? Because besides me talking about this, they're trying to quiet a lot of people like me from exposing guys like Trump, right? Telling you guys lies. I'm going to show you guys something with this algorithm, how it works. By 11 o'clock, it's almost going to 11 o'clock, right? I usually, when I'm on here, I start. I used to start when I started talking about this whole war with Trump more. I would start about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I think more 11 around 11 o'clock. Right? It was 11 o'clock originally, but then I started to go earlier. But when I hit 11 o'clock, damn, it's different. You know why? Because a lot of the programmers. This is to show you something and you guys are gonna see it if you stick around. A lot of the programmers, whoever's the watchers, they are going to bed or they're going to rest. They're going away. I tested the system even in with other content too, like Sunday, for example. And I'm talking about the worst though that Trump is saying is over. Sunday, you go on Sunday, you talk about the same shit what I'm talking about now, right? Reporting right now, the algorithm goes crazy because Sunday, a lot of people don't have the people who they got spying, they got families too, they got a life. hmm They got families and a life. The times are very important on these things because it's like any other job. They work, shifts is over. Oh, can't watch this guy anymore. It's time to do something else. Yeah, 100%. You're going to see, I could play with these people, man. You'll see. It's almost 11 o'clock coming. Soon as 11 comes, you see a change. I'm telling you. I haven't been on late in a while. I have to admit, I haven't been on around 11 in a long time. Let me see, about 4 months. I haven't been on at 11 o'clock. But I tell you right now, soon as that changes, they change their shift. Change. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. The war is over. Oh boy, 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 boy. That's the big announcement what he has today. That's the big announcement Trump has today. The war is over. So I'm gonna take him by his word. Shit, I shouldn't even say it because he lies a lot. But I'm gonna take him by his word that the war is over. Right? Now, because I know that people, not too much people in the chat as right now, because people are nervous. I'm comfortable enough to know that 11 o'clock is coming, and I'm gonna go get a drink and come right back. It's funny, 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 funny. Funny, 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 funny. Uh, it's almost 11 o'clock, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Right? Like I said, YouTube, much respect to you. About excuse me, half an hour ago, they knocked out the live and then they brought me back. So I know they're playing already. Like I said, we're the top conspiracy podcast in Canada. Definitely, this episode will be uploaded to all podcast platforms that will help us stay number one in Canada. Yeah, that will help us stay number one because no other so-called conspiracy pod or people who are talking about things like this. He ain't talking like me and my cast. They ain't talking like us. We ain't scared. We ain't scared. We some intelligent black men giving you some knowledge and it scares your ass. That's what's happening. Oh yeah. Right? We ain't talking about no Kanye West. Ain't talking about no Drake. Ain't talking about no bullcrap. What's going on in the media all the time? We're telling you the real. Now, it's kind of funny because you know what? I haven't smoked on my podcast in a long time. I used to, in the beginning, always be smoking. So the psychology, right? And that was when I was on Instagram, is like, okay, you know what? He's smoking. So when he's talking, you're not going to take him seriously because you could say this guy's just a friggin' dope head and stuff like that. So, you know what? Make him do whatever he's doing, right? But now I'm not smoking anything. But reverse psychology, which I'm going to test it on here. I'm telling you, remember what I said. And actually, it does work. The time when I was at the headquarters with my pops, and I was talking, I was smoking. And that, damn, the amount of viewers was in there was crazy. Because that one went to what number was that? How much views was that? I think that was 9,000. Yeah, 9,000. And that was only 2 hours I was on. I know people were on for 5 hours, 6 hours, and they ain't getting close to 9,000. They're getting like only like 500. They're lucky if they get that. But I remember I was on for about 2 hours, 9,000 people, right? And I was smoking. So it's like reverse psychology. Oh, he's smoking. You know what? Let's give him the algorithm because people won't take him seriously. But now I'm not smoking. And now you see how it is, how it jumps, right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. But I don't know. I have to be honest. I can't do that like I see all these other streamers do. I don't know how people go on for like 2 to 3 to 4 hours. That is some crazy ish, right? Much respect, Real Toronto DVD from Toronto. Got yo, did you hear about what happened in Toronto? Real Toronto DVD. You hear what happened? That's linked to even the stuff I've been saying, man. It's linked. It's big news. It's gonna be international news. It's crazy shit. It's crazy stuff though. The only problem what I don't like, and Real Toronto's here to witness this. The only problem I don't like is now it's already been going on profiling, but anybody who's a dark skinned guy walking around in Toronto now is going to be a big target for the Toronto police because that individual associated with that person unalived the police officer, basically killed the police officer. So until they find that guy, I wouldn't want to be a black guy walking up and down in Toronto, a dark skinned black guy who kind of fits his description because these police, first of all, Toronto police were caught with a lot of corruption already. There's been, I got to do a pod just on that. They've been caught with a lot of corruption already. So now one of theirs is dead. What do you think they're going to do right now? The streets of Toronto are hot until they catch that guy. Any guy walking up and down in the street, the police are going to be paranoid. It's like every Toronto police wants to be the guy to capture that guy. Think of it. They want to capture that guy because it's not just this normal shooting. They shot and killed a cop, and this guy who is the guy who they captured shot the person, but is associated with the guy they're looking for, who shot up synagogues and shot up what else? The U.S. consulate. So damn, it's crazy. I know other people are gonna slowly talk about this. It's going. The news is coming through to America. I'm seeing certain pages starting to post it, but this is where you see the real racists come out now, right? Because I do debate online, and I just seen a response which I want to respond. I'm itching to respond what this guy said to me. When he was talking, because there's this Canada First shit down here, and they believe the immigrants and all this is causing the problems. And then I said, hey, what if this guy is Canadian? Because they always think that it has to be a foreigner who's doing this stuff in regards to terrorism. I said, what is if this guy's Canadian? Then they said, oh, something about ape business, right? Over. No, I don't think this is over. Whew, hell no. No, that's just the title, my friend. No, this is not over. No, I don't think. I'll never. No, this. Everybody who knows me on here, no, I ain't no fool. And no, it ain't over. Hell no. I don't believe this over. This is far from over, man. It's gonna be a mix of foreigners and locals. Yeah. But what I'm seeing online, especially with this Canada First movement and these people who want to be pro Canada all of a sudden, they're trying to say, oh, the guy who done the thing to the cop, oh, he is, because they see his name is like is a Muslim type of name or Islamic name. Oh, he see what you guys let in foreigners and blah 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 blah. The guy's probably born here. He's born. He's not probably any foreigner. So either way, man. And like I said, I don't think this war is over. It's Trump who's saying it. It's over. Donald Trump is saying it's over. Um, like I'm saying, these guys been playing with my life for the last 2 months. And guess what, man? It's not working. It's not working what you guys are trying to do, man. The message is out. It's already out. It's not working what you're doing. But I see what you're doing, and I'll do my research. I'm going to do my research. What is, because I'm talking about the war, talking about Trump, but my research is going to be this for technology, especially YouTube. What does it mean when they knock out your live stream and then it resumes back? What is that? Because I got good internet. I don't have bad internet. And you know what? The house is, well, let's say my location. Where I'm at is empty. There's not too much people using the internet now. So the internet is very high, good internet. So for you to knock out and then it resumes, that's kind of fishy stuff, right? And I think the way what they do is when they see maybe an audience coming in, just say they see 50 people who are going to tap in. What they do is knock it out. I'm going to look it up myself. They'll knock out the live. So then it will redirect the audience out of here, and then it'll bring down the audience. That's what you guys doing. Nasty work, YouTube. YouTube, nasty work. Who's working for you? Who's the ones in charge? Someone was telling me it's BlackRock. Someone was saying it's BlackRock. I heard, I forgot the guy's name. He used to produce a lot of music, or executive producer in hip hop. Part of the what's called the YouTube team, but I know it's an Indian guy who owns YouTube. It's an Indian guy who owns YouTube. So respect to India. Respect. I don't want no beef with you. Respect to India, but it's an Indian guy who owns YouTube. Do you guys know that? Do you guys know who owns YouTube? And even the people who are the bigots who use Instagram, do you know who owns Instagram? If they knew, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd use it, right? So, same thing with Facebook. If some of these bigots knew, or racist, or whatever racist, I say that shit, knew, they wouldn't be using these certain platforms because the Indian owns YouTube. Wrestling is owned. The wrestling companies is owned by one is Pakistani, the AEW, I think, WWE or TKO, Indian. Uh, what else? The list goes on. That's right. It's all in the plan. Enjoy the ride. Everybody's gonna be in the ride. Everybody's in the ride, including you. I don't know where you from, Joey, but including you, you in the ride too. Especially if you're in America, you in a big ride. A ride to a lot of shit was coming. 100%. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Everybody's in for a ride. But some people are in for a crash. A crash out. Some people are in for the crash. Right? In for the crash. So, I don't know what else. Like I said, there's some people who are on these platforms and they could be on here for like hours and hours and hours talking about shit, and they ain't telling you nothing but shit. But when you talk about some of the knowledge now, they want to knock you out, censor you. We're in the most censored time ever because of probably social media. We're in a time where they speak, right? There, like I said, there's no freedom of speech. Freedom of speech doesn't exist. We don't control these platforms. No one owns these platforms but a certain small circle, right? There's something called guidelines. There's something called rules. What each platform makes. So there is no freedom of speech. Think of it. They all have rules. So if they have rules, what freedom? Even in law, real life, there is no freedom. What's the definition of freedom? Think of it. There's really no freedom, right? There's just an illusion. So, like I said, this man is giving a lot of people an illusion, and he's saying the war is over. The war is over, man. The war is over. The war is over. Americans should be celebrating this, right? The world should be celebrating this. You know why the world should be celebrating this? Because the oil prices now hopefully goes down. In California, I'm hearing it's near $6 or or $7, and Las Vegas the same thing. And all the West Coast states, the gas prices are high. Other states still high, $4 or $5 a gallon of gas. I don't know if it went down in Cali. Hopefully, it went down in Cali. It's like $6, $7. Imagine that, a gallon. Yeah. So the MAGA people, you guys support that? You want to pay a big price at the pumps for this guy? When he says the war is over, let's see if the prices go down. When he says the war is over, let's see if the tour people, I see. Yes, the war is over, you lost because the tourism been hurting in America. No one wants to go visit America like before. No one wants to go to America to visit like before, especially like tourist destinations like Florida and Las Vegas. You're getting tourists, but you ain't getting the main tourists that put the money in people's pockets. A lot of people probably got laid off in many places. So when Trump says the war is over, is because he wants to deal with probably some local issues in America, domestic issues in America, right? Um, right now, as we speaking, there's some individuals, well, they unalived one guy on the U.S. lawn. That's why, who tried to get at him. One guy is in prison, the guy who stormed whatever that dinner. So, where's the trial? Are we hearing about a trial? Are we hearing about any updates of that guy who wanted to assassinate Donald Trump? No, we're not hearing about him. We're not hearing about Maduro, who he kidnapped from Venezuela with the wife. No, we're not hearing about him. Um, yeah. So he wants to shut certain people up. This war has distracted, I guess, him. He's made distractions, or his administration has made distractions, but it has distracted him from protecting himself, probably from certain things. So he doesn't want to deal with all this stuff. Don't blame him, right? Don't blame him. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network, right? Don't blame him, man. He's tired, man. Sleepy Trump. Sleepy Donald Trump. We got a nickname for him over here. We call him Donald Trump. We call him Donald Trump, right? The other day, my daughter had a good name. She came up with a good name. She called him Donald Dump. I have to give her that. I'm using that one now. Donald Dump, right? Because he's dumping on everything. He dumps everywhere, man. And he shits his pants, I'm hearing, or he shits his diapers. So, yes, Donald Dump, or Donald Slump, slumping and sleeping, right? So, you know what I think happened at one time? Because I did support Trump with, in regards to what it's called, the illegal immigrants, right? Kicking them out of the country. So what happened is, with the algorithm, a lot of people are saying, yes, yes, I agree with that. Yes. Yeah, I don't agree with illegals, right? You got to come to the countries, or any country, legal. So they probably said, yes, I agree with that. Yes. Right? And after that, when it changed to see what he's doing, and I called him out on that, oh, damn, well, I don't like this guy, man. Prince Cash, you out what you saying? Call him Don the Con. I like that one. Don the Con. There's another name for him, Donald Duck, too. My brother likes to say, call Donald Duck, Donald Trump. My daughter said Donald Dump, and you got one, Don the Con. You're one of them. You're full of your own shit. What your name? PBBBBB. You see, you must be a MAGA supporter, because you don't have no intelligent what's called response. You're dumb, probably like a lot the ones, not all of them, but like many of the Donald Trump supporters, right? And you know you had to spell it with the T, because if you put it the other way, or I mean with the E, you put it the other way, you wouldn't go through. PBBB 1950? Are you a dummy? Do you think I won't say that to you? Yes, I could say that to you. And if I want, I could knock you out for 30 minutes. Yeah, I can. And you can't say nothing. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. He's probably, this guy who came up here and said I'm full of shit, right? Is a dummy. He can't even talk. He doesn't have no intelligence. No courage to post a picture. Yeah. No, those ones are the ones who are like the scaredy cats. It's like the ones I see on Instagram. I'll tell you guys, it's like the ones on Instagram when you put up like a response to something what they post, and then it most of the time it's like this burner account. They don't they have like it's private too, or it's like 200 people they got on their profile, and it's private. And those are the biggest talkers, the ones with no picture because they're so brave. Right now, I'm ready to respond to this one post on Instagram. He said something about ape because I talked about the individual who done this, who's part of this terror probably organization. He's a black young guy, 19 years old, and saying that I said he's Canadian. He's born Canadian. He's not a foreigner. So they want to bring up racial remarks. They don't have nothing intelligent to say, right? And I'm not. I'm guessing. I'm saying it could be anybody, but because there's some people who play on the net. But if you are trying to represent Donald Trump or the MAGA people, or or you think you're trying to be racist and stuff, that don't affect me. That's not affecting me. That's not affecting me, man. Because guess what, man? All that stuff when you're an intelligent black man, the N word stuff and all that stuff what you want to try to put through, that don't affect me because I know who I am. And I know your history as well as my own. So when people are putting that out, it's like, good, like, guess what? That doesn't affect me, man. It's words. It's words. You ain't stopping money. You ain't stopping me from breathing and eating. It's words. What? I'm gonna get angry. I could say the same thing. I could respond with words too. I could respond with words too. So when you come up on here with your stupid thing, because you are a dummy probably, and I'll say it, you are a big ass dummy, coward, right? And you could go suck your mother, right? I say it again, PB 1950, go suck your mother. If you don't know what that means, um, you're a damn fool. You support Sleepy Trump. You support Sleepy Trump. You have nothing to say. You can't say nothing. You're quiet, silent, like a whole bunch of them. Nothing to say. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Right? It's the Down to Earth Network. A lot of these cowards have nothing to say. They no intelligence. Oh, they only could say one little word. Oh, you're a piece of this. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. You hurt my feelings. Woo! You hurt my feelings. You're just one person. Who cares? You don't mean nothing, man. I'm not even giving you that energy. Bye bye. You're probably watching. You're probably still watching, feeling like a damn fool, right? You feel important because I've called you out, right? And you can't say nothing anymore, right? No, nothing to say. This is what a lot of the dummies who follow Trump. He's an example. I leave him. I could have knocked him out in here. People like this are the dummies who sometimes come in the chat and have nothing to say. Most people have nothing to say because I'm right, what I'm saying. And they know I'm right. That's why they're silent and quiet. I I welcome you to try to debate with me. I love that. I welcome you to try to debate with me. I will crush you in a debate. Right? I watch because I can't believe people are stupid. It's entertainment. Yes, it is entertainment. People are stupid. A lot of people want somebody to, I guess, like Trump. And Trump's not the only idiot. There's more of them. There's tons of them. He's just the big. He just puts himself more out there, and this doesn't have to just be because he's a president of the United States. He's been like this for a long time, way before and after he's finished. This is him. He's just using the power what he got. I'm not surprised what he does. And when he says it's over, I don't believe him because he's been a liar from even before he's been a president. He's been a liar. But rest up, Brandon Scott. This is actually more than politics now. It's not just politics. Politics is your life. I said this one time too, and there's older people who say this, and sometimes it's not disrespect to you, but I say this to my children sometimes because they say, "Oh, the politics," right? And they want to say, "Oh, how come this price is so high here? How come the gas is high? How come the groceries are so high? How come this is like this and this is like?" I said, "Guess what? If you knew about what's going on in the world, aka politics, is your money." Because politics is when they're passing all these bills and your taxes are starting to go up and you wonder why you're not getting anything from whatever what they call tuition or whatever. You wonder why all of this prices are going up and they're changing all these rules is because of politics. So if you don't understand politics, you're not going to understand society, how it's being controlled and run. They love that. They love people not being involved in understanding politics. You get what I mean? Listen, I'm glad my father informed me about the world at an early age, and I got interested in politics through the media at an early age. You know how people like basketball and they like hockey or they like watching sports. My sport was watching media and politics and world issues and history. That's my sport. So besides the politics I talk about, I could talk about history too. And history is politics, right? That's what it is. But it's getting late, people, and it's hot right now. Like I said, I've been streaming for over an hour. They knocked me out about a half an hour ago, right? Because I was giving you guys some news. Like now I know there's some sensitive stuff. There's some sensitive topics, right? Oh, I was talking about the Epstein thing earlier. I just killed that noise because they've been killing that story already. Like they don't even want you to talk about that. But like I said, this man's sitting around the table. He's negotiating with the Iranian regime, or that's what you see. That's symbolic. That's what he says, that the war is over because they're doing negotiations in Europe for the next month or so. They're gonna be talking in Europe, negotiations that never worked, hasn't worked. He says he's putting on the biggest attack either tonight, or I don't know if it's happening because I'm on here, or tomorrow. He came out saying that there's going to be a big attack, the biggest. So maybe that's why the war is over, because a big attack is hitting, right? But like I said, I've been on here for a long time. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. I will not do that 5 or 4 hour stream just to get 500 views and shit like that, like some other people do. But I'll definitely be on here. Today's only what? It's not even Friday yet, but definitely Friday night. I got a stream, a couple, maybe 1, 2 streams. Saturday, I got an interview. I do interviews too. I don't just come on here. I interview people, right? And sometimes I have my cast on with me. But Saturday night, I'll be interviewing a hip hop group on here. They're into like politics too. They're gonna probably talk about a little bit about the music and the war and world issues. That's what we'll be talking about. Fourth in, they're called Fourth Infantry, so it should be interesting. 6 individuals, different opinions. That will be interesting. That will be Saturday at night, 9 p.m. Uh, I'm ahead of myself. Tomorrow, whatever is with the breaking news, which I know something is going to be breaking, I'll be coming on. Epstein's been resurfacing again. Yeah, yeah, Prince Cash you out. It's been, but it's kind of bad how they're still kind of trying to cover shit up. Because you know what should go viral, and it's kind of been out there with the Epstein stuff? I'm going to tell you this. That, what's his name again? And I've done an episode on him. Bill Gates, right? Who has history with Epstein. And I don't know if he's lying and telling the truth because he came out two times actually and said something. He admitted when they're bringing up the Epstein stuff, he admitted that, oh yeah, I did sleep with some Russian prostitutes because they always accuse. I think there's a rumor. I don't know if it's what in fact that Bill Gates contracted some sexual disease through these prostitutes, right? And now the Congress is questioning him, and he brought up again, and I'm surprised this ain't hitting the fan and really going viral, right? Hopefully, you guys don't cut me off before I say this. He said that Epstein was basically trying to blackmail him in a way to say, to tell his wife that he cheated on her. Which men do that shit? I have to put out there. This guy was trying to blackmail uh, Bill Gates that he slept with other women. So that is opening the I got to do an episode on this shit. That is opening the Pandora's box. The one of the most richest men in the world was being extorted by Epstein, and Epstein came out saying he was using that against him in Congress. This is what's going on. I had to pivot to this because Cash You Out was saying it, right? So that means there's a whole bunch of other rich men who he's done the same thing to, right? So Bill Gates used to be one of the richest men, is came out and said basically this man was trying to extort him because remember Epstein was a financier, he had contracts with a lot of wealthy people, and I'm guessing Bill Gates was trying to rub him off, like saying, "Oh, I don't want to really deal with you." Right? Bill Gates became the richest. He made history being the youngest, richest person in the world in the late '80s. And the rumor is, I don't know if it's fact, that he met Epstein in the late '80s, or Epstein was dealing, like trying to do some business with him, and he kind of maybe rubbed him off. Right? Fast forward, he said he knew him only about 15 years ago. It's 2026. He said he knew him, what, 2000, what, 15 years ago. So that would have been 2000. And he's trying to say he knew him from 2010. That's what he's lie. Stop the lying. You only know Epstein from 2010, Bill Gates? Come on now. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Will Bill be the guy who could really put out the shit? I think what's going to happen is after Bill Gates's whole testimony, the shit is really going to hit the fan. So that's why Trump says the war is over. Trump says the war is over because Bill Gates is going to expose probably Donald Trump. And who will people listen to? They will listen to Bill Gates. Anyhow, um, Bill Gates brings up Donald Trump in any type of way because he's brave enough. He's a billionaire. He don't give a shit, right? If he brings up Donald Trump, it's over for him. Will he bring up Donald Trump? That's the question. Because right now, he admitted it, man. It's all linked. He said that he cheated on his wife. He admit it in the Congress just a day ago or today. He cheated on his wife. And because he cheated on his wife, what's his name, Epstein was going to use that against him if he didn't, I guess, give him any money or, make him his work with him. Right? So what did Epstein have on Trump? That's why he's saying the war is over, because the pressure's coming. The pressure is cooking for Mr. Trump. But anyways, people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. This is the Down to Earth Network. Yes, you're saying Prince. Yes, he's gonna the next thing. I guarantee by. Let me give the timeline, because he says it's over. Trump is rushing out of this war because he's shitting his pants. I'm gonna give it by, okay, it's Friday. That's why he's gonna hit. He's gonna do a big attack soon. So I said it actually in a other episode. Just wait a couple weeks. Okay, so by next week, I'll give it. And remember to come back on here next week, Friday. I'm gonna stretch it to that. By next week, Friday, you're gonna hear the more talking. What's his name? Bill Gates is what he been saying. We still don't know everything what Bill Clinton said, but I guarantee we're gonna hear more what Bill Gates said about Trump. That's why Trump is saying it's over. The war. He's saying the war is over, people. You guys believe that? And for the person, I could press this and look at what you're saying, but I don't need to do that. You want to talk, you got to be intelligent on here. You got to come with a good comment. YouTube filters out even your cursing. You who's in the chat who wants to say something. Woo. You that's in the chat who wants to put out a curse word. It's not working, man. It's not going to work. You're going to have to come with something better than that. Is that all you could do? Put curse words? Right now, I'm ready to respond to somebody else on another social platform. Ready to put them in their place. Normally, when I see no face, you know what I do? I just block them. It makes no damn sense to give somebody who's nobody attention, because nobody cares. Think of it. Who are you? You're not showing your face. You're not saying nothing. You're hiding. A lot of these people are cowards. Like, I could actually view your message, but you are nobody to even view. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. It doesn't make no sense I view your comment because you're not coming with nothing intelligent. You're probably another dummy, what's called Trump supporter, and don't know what to say. Right? You don't know what to say. You're a dummy, right? Yeah. And I'll say it again if you don't understand. Go suck your mother. Go suck your mother, man. Learn common sense, dummy. Yeah. I'm calling you out, whoever the dummy is who want to put out a curse word up on this. Yeah, you're a dummy. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. The spies are around. We're on Apple Podcasts, Down to Earth Network. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Amazon Podcasts. We're on Audio Mac. I can't even name all the podcast platforms, but we are everywhere. Not just YouTube. Not just YouTube. We're everywhere. Real podcasts, right? So you can even hear the audio when you're at work, on your tablet, on your phone. If you have Apple Podcasts on your Apple phone, you can listen. If you have Spotify, you have the app. You could look up Down to Earth Network, right there. Almost 400 episodes strong. Oh yeah, and going. hmm And got the YouTube ones where they're not even on there yet, including this one, which will be on there, right? Did Letitia James get her money from Trump? You're right. That's another one. Yes, thanks for reminding me. That's what he's running from. The Letitia James. I mean, yeah. You remember the $80 million? The money he had to give up to the woman who accused him for the grape, right? He gave that up, but that too is coming up. Like he's trying to, or some force is trying to charge her for perjury. It's a way to kind of suck that money, that $80 million she got, or she's getting from Trump by putting that same individual in some type of financial problems or going to prison. It's like, hey, you took 80 million from me. You're not gonna enjoy it. I was gonna say the B word, but that's how Trump is moving. But like I'm saying, he's saying this is the biggest announcement right now. He's trying to say this is history, the war is over. I don't know if you guys are gonna believe that, but I don't believe it. The war is not over. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes, people. Like I said, half an hour in, they knocked me out the live so that they could redirect people out. That's how they move, right? But I still get my views because when I'm finished, I post to other platforms and the other platforms view it too. So it'll be on Twitter, it will be on Reddit, it will be on Instagram. It, the list keeps going. So YouTube, man, or whoever you got spying on me or something, just quit it. It's not working because you can't block the Spotify. Ah, you can't block the Apple Podcasts. You can't block the Reddit, and you can't block the other shit I'm on. You know, I actually got banned on a conspiracy platform on Reddit. I got banned on that shit. Could you believe that shit? Where else I got banned? And because of the Trump stuff. What else? Where else I got banned? You know, this show you they're sensitive. And this Reddit's supposed to be people could do anything on there. I didn't put no curse words. I didn't put nothing like that. What was it? Charlie Kirk? Whoo, they're sensitive about that. I'm surprised I haven't talked about that guy in a while. Damn, I swear I put like one, two. It was an episode which I have on here. I was talking about Charlie Kirk, and when I put that shit up on, I forgot which platform was it. I think it was a conspiracy platform or something like that. They banned me for that. Yeah, they banned me just for that. So that's to show you they are scared. Oh yeah, 100%. But I got to deal with this another fool on this another platform tonight. After I'm finished here, I'm going to deal with that goof who responded and talking some shit about ape business, right? The war is over, as Donald Trump is saying. I hope. Oof, I can't even say that because this guy lies so much. But yeah, I'm hoping the oil prices go down, and I'm hoping the groceries start like the prices go down a little bit because it's been killing us, man. You've been killing us, Trump. But people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network, and I'm out.